Millions of curious viewers will be tuned to Comedy Central tonight as Trevor Noah takes over the reins of The Daily Show. And I'll remind him once more, since I know he never gets sick of hearing this, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill. The edgy, sometimes controversial comedian is replacing, of course, Jon Stewart, who left the show in August after 16 years. Trevor, good morning. Good to meet you, man.
Thanks very much.
So that's the big elephant in the room everybody talks about. Wow, how do you fill Jon Stewart's shoes? How do you react to that when people say
That's
it?
funny. I actually have an elephant in my room back home.
That's so odd.
No, you know what? It's the truth, and that's all it is. It's that Jon Stewart left a giant void, and I have to work to fill that. And it's not something that'll be done tonight. It'll not be something that's done the next night, but it's something we'll work towards. And Jon himself said it to me. He said, "Don't forget, I didn't start the show 16 years in. It took me 16 years to get where I am. So take your time and do it right." And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing.
And so how then, Trevor, do you make this show your own? I'm thinking about The Tonight Show. Jay Leno was #1 for 20 years. Jimmy Fallon inherits a #1 show, but still makes it his own to keep it there. What does the Trevor Noah Daily Show look like?
You find what works. You try and bring yourself to every situation. So, you know, talking about stories, everyone has their own perspective. Everyone has their own place that they've come from. So inherently, Jon and I are different in that regard. You know, we share a lot of views. We come to the same place when it comes to a lot of stories. But for the most part, we're trying to get to the same place. You know, your background just determines how you get there, your point of view. So that's really what changes on The Daily Show. Is people always go, "Is it going to change completely?" You go, "No, it's not going to change completely." They go, "So it's not going to change." You go, "No, it is going to change, but not completely." You know, because it can do both things at the same time, and that's what I'm going to be working on.
And I think, as you know, when you were introduced as a successor to Jon, a lot of people quickly went to Wikipedia to see who Trevor Noah was. So it's going to take some time for them to get to know you.
Yes.
Just a little on your background. Of course, you're from South Africa. Who were your comedy influences growing up? What did you look up to? When
I first started comedy, I had no influences because I didn't even know what comedy was at the time. But once I got into it, Eddie Murphy was a huge influence on me, and then it was Eddie Izzard after that. And then I just started stumbling on great comedians, guys like Chris Rock and Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, who till this day is probably one of my idols. You know, you meet great comedians, but even comedians that people wouldn't necessarily know, you know, are really great influences on me in terms of what they do and how they do it.
Have you been following American politics for a long time? Because obviously that's the thrust of The Daily Show under Jon Stewart, was putting politicians through the meat grinder every night. Are you a political fan?
That's what a lot of people don't realize. You have to follow American politics anywhere in the world because America is the leader of the free world. So everyone has to pay attention to that. You know, we're watching American elections no matter where we are in the world. It's a big thing that changes everything. So I've always been keenly watching that for as long as I've been watching news.
Well, we're very excited to see what you put on tonight. You feeling nervous right now?
Of course,
few hours away?
I don't know if I'm nervous or it's just cold in this room. Either way, if I'm shivering, it's because of. I just want you to know it's because of the AC in here. Yeah, but it's nerves and it's excitement at the same time. Getting ready for it, getting amped up. It's going to be exciting. You know, it's going to be an exciting week launching the show, and then you just start the grind. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
You're going to do great. We can't wait to see you, Trevor. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
The Daily Show with Trevor Noah premieres tonight on Comedy Central.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.